This is the W2 report with Sanji Himura. Here's Sanji.
Hello everyone and welcome to another exciting episode of the W2 Report. I'm your host Sanji Himura. Today, we take a look at an MMO that promises to make World of Warcraft and all other MMOs obsolete. Before we do that, let's go over the ground rules with Lord Crocosquirrel as always.
Rule 1, do not be the dick. Rule 2, if in doubt, please refer to rule number 1. Do not, under any circumstances, contact anybody we're screaming about today or any other day. Don't go and harass them on X or Instagram or TikTok or OnlyFans. Don't do that. Just don't. And if you are going to go do that, be aware that you are completely on your own. Do not mention us, except maybe in passing. Hey, I saw this. I saw this video over here, and then don't talk about us again. Right.
We will disavow any knowledge of your existence if you do harass anybody we talk about today.
There you go.
Especially today.
Yeah. Yeah. Too bad they're alive. Okay.
All right, bringing up the rear again is our third man in the ring, Mr. Lindgren.
Yeah, apparently last night Jimmy Kimmel started his show with Tonight We Are All Jimmy Kimmel. And he does have a point because all the late night shows have been becoming the same.
Oh!
But was that even Jimmy Kimmel? I can't even tell.
Well, they certainly started looking the same a few years back.
Oh, yeah.
All you can say to that is WTF.
Yes. All right, folks. Today we are talking about the MMO that promises to make World of Warcraft and every other MMO obsolete.
Which I still find laughable.
Now, before we do that, we have a little bit of explaining to do.
Uh-oh, you got some explaining to do. Can't have that.
A person from Callum Upton server tipped us off on this story, and we like to thank the Callum Upton Discord for providing us with some stories, not all. So before we explain who TeamVASH actually is, let us first discuss why everybody wants to make World of Warcraft and MMO and every other MMO obsolete. Their words, not mine. All right, let's get rid of the meme.
I'm thinking major god complex.
Oh, of course. Of course it's a major god complex, but those World of Warcraft and every other MMO in existence has years upon years of experience on them.
Not everyone, just most. They also have bigger crews, bigger budgets, more money. Yakety schmacky. It's all like that.
Right.
These guys here, they show a super ultra pre-alpha thing in which they have Unreal dummies. Not that I expect more from what's effectively a bit of concept art.
They don't even have that.
Really that.
They don't even have that as far as I can tell. Anyway.
Yeah. With a project that ambitious, it's like say they're going to make every other MMO obsolete. My first question actually is, but will it have a Candyland biome?
I wonder. You have to wonder. You really do. Actually, funnily enough, all the way down through EverQuest, and to a lesser degree, Ultima Online, it's actually kind of hard to kill the core MMORPGs. World of Warcraft is dying, but it's actually at this point it's reducing itself to its to what its fan base would look like for whales and diehards. Uh,
And
and
as
yes,
for
they've been
Ultima
working on whales
Online,
and
not
diehards for a long time.
and as for Ultima Online, not even Electronic Arts has managed to kill it, and they've been trying.
We also have Final Fantasy XIV, which boomed in the wake of Mists of Pandaria. We don't talk about Mists
Yeah.
of Pandaria because that's just that. What the fuck were they thinking?
Right.
And then I think there's been one or two more since. Final Fantasy XIV, something like its fifth or sixth. Fifth or sixth, I'm not sure which. Expansion, and it's starting to decline. It started its decline a year or two ago, about a year ago, I think. But it's been a long time since I've been able to play 14 with any regularity, or pretty much at all.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, anything that's going to kill those. Oh, and Final Fantasy 11, which is strangely enough gaining popularity on well and away from Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 14 declines, Final Fantasy 11 goes up.
I wonder why.
Well, people love Final Fantasy. They always have. Final Fantasy has been put to sleep for a long time, and just kind of kept in maintenance mode. And then they went ahead and pulled out another expansion, which brought a bunch of people back to the yard. And then it went back into maintenance mode. Well, maintenance mode is a little much now.
Yeah.
They need more than maintenance mode. They're working. They have to actually work now.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, Lineage 2 is still alive.
What say?
Lineage 2, a South Korean MMO that launched in 2003.
Yeah.
It was one of those unsung giants of the early MMO period.
It was, yes. Actually, Lineage 2 wasn't terrible. I'm just not a fan. Star Trek Online still exists and will continue to.
Yes. Because I continually play it.
There will always be people that play that shit.
Yeah. All right.
Forever and all base. Now, most of your free to play MMOs, they count on exactly the same thing as your average mobile game. They give you the baseline for free, and then they make you pay for shit. Counting on there being more whales than there are freeloaders. Usually those will winnow themselves down over the course of a couple of years into just their whales. In fact, the only notable games that I can think of that have gone completely out were the Matrix Online and Star Wars Galaxies. Star Wars Galaxies was replaced by the
Old Republic,
but it was still not. How do we call that? It wasn't nearly as good as Galaxies was at its prime.
Well, let's introduce the team that is going to make every MMO obsolete and bankrupt.
Good luck to them.
Yeah.
Because DreamWorld said the same thing. It hasn't happened.
And we present you with TeamVASH. This is their homepage. After playing every MMO ever made and finding himself wishing they would be so much more, this guy here dreamed of a game so massive that he could play for the rest of his life and never needing another game ever again.
Yeah, I've heard that one before. Haven't you?
Oh yeah. Let's think Earth 2 or Dreamworld.
Earth 2, Dream World. There's been a bunch. In fact, that System Killer said the same shit.
Yeah.
I actually have forgotten his name.
Yeah, one game to rule them all, played by everyone in the entire world. Yeah.
Which was nobody. Yeah, pretty much.
Ended up, oddly enough, being Roblox.
Actually, yeah, they would be. Yeah, trying to displace Roblox or what was that other one? Oh, Fortnite.
Yeah, good luck with that.
PUBG.
And Roblox is holder of the One Ring.
At the moment, it is.
Yeah.
It may not be for too much longer. But yeah, with the rise of Roblox and Minecraft and other similar creatures, yeah, no, that actually dragged people away from World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14, Ultima Online, and even to the point where, yeah, even EA mismanagement is having a hard time killing it.
Oh boy. Now, before we explain why we're talking about them today, let's go over who TeamVASH actually is. They are a pair of developers.
Just two.
Just two. And they used to be Twitch streamers.
Aren't they still?
Well, they still are, but they consolidated into one channel.
Oh, well, that's a problem.
And somehow, some way, their development, well, where is it? Here it is. Well, their development is actually having a problem because, according to footage we've seen, and Squirrel, you can attest to this. I showed you the video.
Yes, you did.
It's all stock. It's all stock assets. There's now, granted, they're working on their back end, which is something completely different from an asset flip per se. But I would argue that their main problem here is that it's all basic. They don't have any concept.
Well,
Wouldn't you
that
agree?
is true. And when you're working on systems, that's something you don't actually tell. That's something you don't show to the public. That's something you work with until you've got it right, until you've got it at least mostly right, because it's never going to be perfect. But by using, stock Unreal assets or shit is fine. In fact, I encourage that. Building your art setups first. That could turn into a problem if the rest of the game isn't going to match up.
Right. But
So yes, must be careful about this.
now we have their terms of service up, which is somewhat dubious at best.
I think you're probably underselling that.
Oh, of course I am.
I would go with more like outrageous as
Now,
all the outrageous.
Now they tell you up front, when you create an account, it only lasts for 7 days unless you buy a permanent account.
That's at least not unreasonable. That's demo sizes there.
Right.
You get a short snacky bit, and if you don't want to do with the And if you don't like it, you can just walk away, and nobody can hack their systems to get your password after that. So, we'll let that one. We'll let that one go.
Yeah, we can let that one slide. But what isn't unreasonable is they charge $20 for a year.
Okay. Again, not terrible.
Not terrible.
As far as subscription goes, yeah.
Yeah,
It's not terrible in and of itself. Final Fantasy 14 and World of Warcraft still charge $15 a month.
yeah. And
So,
I'm afraid that's okay. So let's read their terms of service. We have some definitions here, and then you have an acknowledgement. You have changes to this agreement. You have age restrictions, which is 18 and over or age of legal majority. And you have a capability to accept the contract. If you're a minor, you have your parents do it for them. And under 13 need not apply. Here's the first point that I want to make. License grant. If you are chosen for a game test or accessing a live production game, the blah 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 blah. The software is licensed, not sold to you by TeamVASH. Examples of such actions you will not do using through or in connection with our software or services, but are not limited to the following. You may not abuse, dox, defame, grief, harass, impersonate, threaten, or intimidate other users, moderators, admins, or developers of our company through any means.
okay.
Well, I guess we broke terms of service there.
Yeah, because we're criticizing them. They hate us. They will officially hate us all now. Yep, for that one, Len?
Yeah, it's hate is a good start.
Attempt to disrupt or actually disrupt the software or service and try to bring it down, which is DDoSing.
Actually, no. There are ways to do that without a DDoS. All you have to do is some such thing that breaks the software. I was actually part of a test like that once, and between me and about 50 other people, we broke it. We broke it completely. There was no way around it, and the MMO in question, I forget its name. It took them 3 weeks to figure out how we did it, and another 3 weeks to fix it, which put it way beyond its release date. It's like 3 months.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Actually, the oldest surviving Minecraft server, it has in its terms of service listed every action that can that can cause the server to crash, and warns ahead of time that doing so will result in permaban.
And even then, if I remember correctly, they still occasionally get shit getting broken by some other means.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah, simple technical oversight. Yeah.
simple technical oversight is one thing. Patches are another, and patches are a thing too.
Right.
Of course, maybe a simpler criminal offense is unenforceable.
Well, that's why the only thing they can really do is a permaban.
Yeah.
And that's why they're not why they're not trying any, why they're not screaming about anything else.
Let's continue. Breach your NDA. If you're taking part in the game test, see the game test clause. Attempt or disrupt the gameplay experience of others or give yourself an advantage, including but not limited to purposefully killing your character, letting another character kill your character, harming your team, being inactive. Well, I guess we broke the terms of service there.
Well, we'd have to agree to the terms of service first, so the only thing they can do is ban us in advance, and they still have to figure out how we signed up for it. So,
No, not you. Me.
oh, that's right. You actually checked in on it, didn't you?
Yes. But we'll go into that. We'll go into that in detail later. Type in a chat or speak in a voice chat in a language other than English. We can't moderate what we don't understand.
Yep. And if I remember correctly, if you were going to share any footage or anything else, you have to do it on TeamVASH's channel, their Twitch channel. Did I read it correctly?
Yeah, but that's later in the terms of service.
Oh, well. That part's coming.
Publicly share any exploits or bugs in person on social media through videos, images, or any other form of communication to others. Anyone caught sharing bugs and exploits will be suspended. Violate the privacy of another user. The rest of these are typical TOS bullshit. But let's go down to 7 days accounts. When you first create an account on the website, you are creating a 7-day account in order to take part in testing sessions throughout the development of the game. Unless upgraded later, 7-day accounts will be purged weekly. Just because you make an account does not mean you'll be chosen for testing. They will decide who gets the test. Now, truth be told, I did sign up for an account. And I did manage to get a hold of some of their files. Because there was a test still up as of Monday. And I managed to get a hold of that. Now, I've launched to see what would happen if I did so. It promptly booted me out of the game. And I likely got a ban because of it. Now, permanent accounts last for 1 year.
After which you got to give them another $20.
Yeah.
Again, as subscription models go, that's very lenient.
Okay, so I pictured this. And I asked this in the Callum Upton Discord channel before we went live. Just by me reading their terms of service. When I signed up, was in effect a 7-day trial. You have to get $20. You have to pay $20 to get a permanent account, which lasts for 1 year. After that year, you'll be charged monthly, and I specified at an unknown rate, but I presume it's $20 a month. And if you fail to pay that charge at any point, you are allowed 4 grace days to make the payment. After you fail to pay after that, your account gets converted into a 7-day trial again and is subject to deletion. Accurate? I don't know. But suffice to say, free accounts will get purged weekly. Which may or may not be legal. But it's like you never know with these people. We have user content here. Here we go. Game tests. You may be invited to take part in one of our game tests. We usually run these tests live on our Twitch channel. We're going to redact this for the simplicity purposes, because we don't want TeamVASH to actually strike us down for a privacy complaint.
They'll try it. They'll try it anyway. If they ever find out, they'll try it anyway. But hey.
The types usually do regardless. Usually try regardless.
Now, eligibility. In order to be eligible to take part in our game test, you must have a valid, non-suspended account and have been invited. And then they list their minimal requirements. Non-disclosure agreement. This game test is confidential. You will not disclose the software or elements of the software or any comments or opinions, feedback, bugs, experiences, or stories, whether in person or online or in connection with the software, to any third party on any medium without written consent of the company, unless it's covered by exceptions below. This confidential will remain intact until our company informs you that it's no longer confidential or the full production release of the game. Exceptions. You may publicly disclose comments with the software on the Twitch channel. You may disclose those comments previously on Discord to the admins of the server. Again, I am not giving them a reason to strike this video down. Blah, 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 blah. Fan content policy. Please keep in mind, if you're taking part in the game test, you have signed an NDA, therefore the NDA will override these terms. Fan content outside of fair use is copyright infringement. However, outside NDA, we encourage users to openly create fan content about our game, characters, videos, and other intellectual property we own. You may also create fan art, fan stories, guides, community websites, fan pages, fan meetups, blah, 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 blah. The monetary exception to this rule is if you create content on social media, video streaming platforms. You may run advertisements on those videos as long as the videos comply with these terms in the fan content clause. Do not post our storylines cinematics anywhere unless acceptable laws fall under fair use. You provide commentary and criticism, blah, 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 blah. We work hard to create these stories with voice acting, editing, storyboarding, and we don't want to spoil it for others. You don't have anything, TeamVASH, truth be told.
TeamVASH, if you see this, I do apologize. I simply don't have enough money to commission enough Rule 34.
Oh!
Oof.
Well, you only need to commission one. That's of the Unreal Mannequin.
Good point. Yeah, I'll just drag it out of my Rule 34 Dream World folder.
Oh boy!
Don't talk to you, Dream World. That shit blew all the goats.
Blah 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 blah. We take copyright infringement seriously and strive to respect the intellectual property rights of others. However, we are not liable for any copyright infringement by our users unless required to do so by international copyright law. we comply with the DMCA, blah, blah, blah. If you're a copyright owner or authorized on behalf of one, and you believe that your copyright work has been copied in such a way that copyrights copyright infringement that takes place through our services, you may blah, 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 blah. Who's the copyright agent?
Copyright agent?
Yeah.
Okay, do they have one?
No, they don't.
They don't.
They don't even have a copyright.
They don't even have copyright markers? I'm impressed.
Trademarks is treated similarly. Links to other websites. Payment policies and procedures. These terms govern any purchase you make from our company. If you do not agree with this clause or this agreement, do not make a purchase from us. And risk your account being deleted after 7 days. Payment due dates, blah, blah, blah. The currency will be USD, Canadian dollars, or your local currency. Subscriptions, however, may only be charged in USD or Canadian. You may be able to use credit card or debit card when making a purchase from TeamVASH. Depending on your local location, there may be other options. Alright, here it is. Decline credit cards. If your subscription payment is declined on your next auto renewal period, Stripe will continue to attempt to charge each day for 4 days. Then after 4 failed attempts, will cancel your subscription. Blah, 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 blah. When you purchase a subscription, you are charged a 1-year fee up front. Your subscription will then auto-renews on a monthly basis beginning 1 year after your initial purchase until you cancel. No refunds outside the EU, UK, or Australia.
Because that's actually a requirement. That's actually a legal requirement in those places.
Yes. And then their typical disclaimer and liabilities.
All I gotta say for operating in those countries, I really hope they are keeping customer information under strict lock and key.
They had
good,
better, because there will be death, dismemberment, and destruction in those places.
Because Interpol can kick down their door if they fail to meet those standards.
They have this whole process of dispute resolution, including no class action lawsuits or consolidating cases. Memification. Survivability. These are the terms of these are the terms that will selectively survive the agreement if it's declared illegal. Confidentiality, indemnification, limitation of liability, dispute resolution. And then if you have any questions, you can email them. Like, oh boy. I kind of wonder at this point. I kind of wonder because there's... While I will say this in its favor, they are at least working on their back end. So that way it doesn't...
Yeah, that is a step up above most upstarts.
Yeah, like Shane Isaac and what have you. Now let me get this out of the way. Bring this up. Now, what have we learned? The one MMO to destroy them all is kind of ludicrous.
It always helps to have goals. Whether or not those goals are achievable is something else entirely.
Yeah, I would rather have them temper their expectations a little bit.
Well, yeah, but, you know, everybody's got a dream.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Squeaky Napoleon is still fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. And we have one more slide to present. Our W2 report sneak peek for next week. We will present news without the echo chamber again Tuesday. And probably all next week as I gear up for a potential trip out of state in October. So I'd like to thank you all for watching this little live stream. And remember to do all the YouTube things before you go. And beware, the tax man cometh.
Hello, folks. This is Morgan Freeman. This concludes our broadcast today. I'm Morgan Freeman. Good night.